see that the cat that is being rocked right now?
Yeah,
listen,
cuz what is the traditional?
it's going viral already.
Straight away.
You have to just give it to them.
It's going viral. Listen, this is a fashion statement.
Well, it's a strong
And
one as
we'll
well.
let
I
you
like
know
it.
where you can pick up the merch, innit? But
100%.
yeah, listen.
Comment below for your colours.
what?
The colorway. We want colorways.
Colorways, yeah.
Listen, stay tuned. But if you know is in the building, we can't reveal the name. Come like the Stig on what's that show now?
Top Gear.
Top Gear,
But this is top tier. though.
Top tier.
Top tier
You can
business.
see the face though, so if you know, then you know who it is.
Yeah,
bro.
that's
Well,
if you know.
that's
Whoever
crazy.
knows is in the know.
But if
and
you don't know,
you have to
you
get
don't
to
know.
know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Come on.
So the more you tune into the Wrap Up Weekly, then you find out if you know, you know. And if you don't know, you don't know.
So we're
innit?
seeing if you know next week
Tune in next week.
There we go.
to find out.
What, EastEnders?
Welcome back to the weekly wrap
It's
up.
the weekly wrap.
Come on.
We're in the building. Biggest conversations for the culture. CBC in the building.
Come on.
You know how we do it. Trending topics, deep reflections. You know,
I like that.
Yeah,
Elevated
got
conversations.
locked in. Right. So it's progressive, and we're always evolving.
By the
so-
way, I didn't give you enough credit the last time you ran that. By the way,
What's that
progressive growth, PG
progressive
tips.
PG.
Yeah, nah, so
it's,
good.
It's PG out here. That's the ratings. Progressive. growth,
So
that's
good.
What we do.
Progressive
Really
growth.
PG though.
Progressive.
As in the
growth.
conversation.
But is it PG?
Progressive growth.
It can only be
in
PG.
that aspect, not parental
It can
guidance.
only be, but that's what I'm
Is it
saying.
parental
Ratings,
guidance is what I'm
progressive growth. It's different.
I see what you're doing over there. It
Just asking
could
a
be.
question, bro.
It could be. It could be. Everybody needs a bit of guidance.
It's true.
So it could be. It could
But
be.
it's this PG tips because when I pull it all together, I was like,
PG
hold on, I
tips.
see what's happening. Do you get it?
Yeah, everybody needs a little bit of that. But what's been going on though? What's been going on?
Happy Father's Day, man.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. Shout out to the fathers.
The fathers, all us fathers, isn't it? Yeah. Everyone in here fathers, isn't it?
All of us are fathers.
Yeah, all of us are fathers. Some of us are both biological fathers and father figures.
Amen.
That's
I like
right.
that.
Do you know what I mean? Some of us are
From
out
when you're
here,
a man.
each one teach one and that.
Iron sharpen iron.
There we go. So shout out to the fathers.
Mm.
It is one of the lesser celebrated, if you like, holidays. Yeah, which I don't know how
Why
I feel
is
about
that? Why is that?
I saw one of the. I think his name's Sadiq. He's a
Khan?
comedian.
Oh,
Nah, not
the other
Khan.
one.
He's a comedian as well, but we're not talking
I like
about him. And he was saying about how Father's Day is the 20th
20th.
holiday on the list. Halloween being number 6.
That's crazy.
Christmas being number 1. and
Christmas
Mother's
makes
Day
sense.
being number 2, which is rightly so. I would never.
Yeah.
I think
Christmas,
yeah.
Mother's Day
But
makes sense. Halloween's
Father's
wild.
Day is like 20th.
But you know
And
why
that
though?
is crazy.
It's based on spend. So I understand why some of them at the
And
top.
brought it to another.
Yeah, no,
Element.
no,
No,
you
but
know,
that's-
if you can pull it up, yeah, and pull up the
That's-
top 20, yeah, you see it's not based on, it's based on spend if you say what's the top 5. But then any other that's below those, we don't even know about those holidays and we're not spending on those. If so,
Someone is.
So someone is, but not enough to say it's more than Father's Day. It's just not as recognized, it's just not celebrated.
It's not celebrating enough, but I understand with Mother's Day, everyone's buying mum something.
Yeah, no, I'm down. Listen, Mother's Day, 100%.
100,
That
it's
should be
up there.
top. That should be joint first with Christmas.
With
I would say.
Christmas. Valentine's Day comes up quite
It comes
top
up,
as well,
exactly.
Because
and
again,
it's- but
buying
you
flowers
need a
and
man.
chocolates.
No, you don't need a man these days to have Valentine's Day, do you? You know,
Some people have Valentine's with themselves.
sometimes
that's
it's
all
best
right.
with yourself, innit?
It's all right. It's all right. Because if you're spending on yourself, but we're going to touch it later. If you're not then buy now, pay later for your own Valentine's
I
Day.
like that. Yeah, segue into that. So what
Yeah.
are you saying for the top 10?
What?
It's different. Can you see that, guys?
Yeah, but you know what I think? Because I've seen that, what you're talking about, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it depends on what part of the world it's
Okay,
celebrated.
but even then, okay.
But it's
even
still
in-
low.
even
It's
in
still-
UK,
yeah, it's still-
gonna
it's
be
still-
low, 'cause
yeah.
I can
UK
see
is sitting out.
You got New Year's Day. You got what's that? What's
Shout out to the engineer, by the way,
number
bringing
2?
up the stats.
Burns night.
Burns night.
That's not UK, bro.
Bro,
That's
what's
Scottish,
Burns night,
Scottish,
bro?
That's part of the UK.
alright, well,
part of the
give it to
UK.
them.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Then Shrove Tuesday comes in at
That's
4.
my second birthday, Pancake Day.
Come on.
Yeah.
St. David's
Flip
Day.
that, flip that. Yeah, exactly. So it's not, and you can't say it's based on spend because on Shrove Tuesday, what are you spending? Flour and
Bro,
egg.
they're buying this.
So what? That's more than what
It's
you
based on popularity.
based on popularity.
Is that
So
what that stats?
I mean, that's what I'm looking
based on
at.
popularity,
This comes
Father's
across
Day.
as
Do
that-
it based on
that's case.
spend. Because I don't say Happy Father's Day, you didn't spend.
Well, you can still. You buy a bottle of perfume.
If you appreciate me, right, and you say like I really value everything, you could do that every day. It's one day in the year. We're used to the socks. You're gonna buy me a pair of socks.
Yeah. But you know, I don't. I think don't do it at all because.
Well, don't even say happy Father's
Yeah,
Day.
because you know
Fuck,
you should
that
be.
went
You should
left
be a
real
father,
quick.
you should celebrate every day. I think once we start celebrating it, then we should have Children's Day.
But it
which
do.
is every day anyway.
But it's every day. Yeah,
So
everything's every day.
Father's Day, base and spend. Father's Day comes in at 8.
There you go. And what's
Mother's Day is 6.
Okay, and what's top 5?
Remembrance Day is
Right.
first.
That's
Christmas is second. Remembrance Sunday is third.
See?
Easter is fourth.
Okay, some of them make sense. Boxing Day because of sales in it.
Yeah, Boxing Day sells. Mother's Day.
Wow.
What's that? Shrove Tuesday still up there, top number
Yeah, that's
7.
a big. That,
yeah.
I'm gonna spend that.
Yeah.
The pancake.
Yeah, but then where's okay? Easter is.
It's there,
egg-
it's there.
egg and
Yeah,
all
it's
that
there.
stuff. So, yeah,
Right
as
at the
you can see, it's
bottom
nuts.
is
What's the
Black
last one?
History Month.
Yeah.
Let's start talking about that.
Yeah. See,
Crazy.
I didn't even want to go
Black
there, but
History
I think
Month is
that
number
mad.
20, guys.
That's crazy.
Again, I just don't think we should celebrate it because
Okay, there is an argument for that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's been controversial for quite a number of years.
What are we doing?
Because even
there
the
is-
topic alone is you don't have History Months
Because
directly
what happens
taught
is
for
everybody
other
then says, "Well, we
cultures.
don't have White History Month, which is every day of the year anyway."
Do you think the concept of celebrating Black History Month has gone out of the window? As in,
It
like,
doesn't happen in schools. They don't celebrate in schools. There is no holiday for it.
the purpose of that month was to highlight, educate, inform, and then
But some of the education is also a misconception of it's about what the curriculum asks you to educate on.
I see.
So again, is that
again,
how
what,
you would teach it? If
systemic-
You would teach it, do you know what I mean? So
It's not even taught anymore. I think probably when we was like at school, it was a case where you're looking at positive Black people growing up in history who made what was it, the toaster or the microwave, whatever. Those were the stuff you was learning about. But then when the media got a hold of it, it then became a case of watching Black movies, like what movies was doing well in selling well. Then you got like the Black Panthers and all of that stuff, moving into that aspect. Whereas now, it's just Black History Month. It's just Black History
Just
Month.
another-
We don't
just another
celebrate
month.
it. We don't educate it in schools. It's almost like you educate at home yourself.
And it should be
Otherwise-
every day. A history should be every day. But that's a topic for when it comes in the year. The weekly wrap up would definitely give
We
you that.
we don't discuss it. We don't know what it's about.
Yeah, but this is
Your
probably-
time,
this here for vibes.
this
yeah,
is PG.
Yeah, it's just for vibes,
PG.
isn't it?
That's it.
The vibes and t-shirts.
Yeah,
No,
it's not even on t-shirts, bro.
Vibes
It's
and kit.
You can't.
That's crazy, man.
It's just the sports stars will wear it on their shirts, and that's as far as it goes.
Quick take a knee, and then
Listen,
Take it
stay
in, pick one
locked
of those,
in
and
we'll bring this back.
for culture's biggest conversation. Some of these we're going to touch on later. But there was a theory, and every week we try and bring you a little conspiracy theory just based on observations. And our guest today, who actually just might be a host, co-host. We just don't know. If you know, you know.
How much?
But
How much?
behind the scenes, yeah. Bro, sign the deal. Sign the papers.
We're working it out right
Listen.
now. Our lawyers are talking to yours.
Oh yeah,
Behind the
I
scenes,
am my lawyer.
he had an interesting theory around following as a form of stalking. If you're following someone in general, I'm not even going to add the layers to it yet. Do we all agree if you're following someone you don't know, it's a form of stalking? You're watching their every move, every action, every behavior. If we all agree it's a form of stalking, let's take one.
In real life, IRL.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just leaving it as that. Well, I like that in real life. In a real life.
IRL,
I like that. But then let's add social media to it. So following someone you don't know, same conversation. Now you with the socials involved, it's a form of stalking. How did we get to that?
Obviously, there's always things that you can put aside and say it doesn't. When it's you following a business or following a celebrity, it's not the same because you're looking at aspirations. But when you're following everyday people, influencers or whatever you want to call themselves these days, I think it is a form of stalking because it gives you a glimpse into their life. I think obviously both parties have a part to play in the sense where I'm uploading the whole of my life out
Yeah.
there for people to
And
see.
I want people I don't
I
know.
want people I don't know to comment, like, follow, all that stuff to build the brand that I haven't decided what it's about yet. But if my intentions are not to learn anything from you as a character out there in the world, then it is a form of stalking, because I know what you have.
But
for
what if
breakfast.
people just want to be stalked?
I believe there's a part of that
It's crazy though, even
of
thinking that people want to be stalked.
but not
because you want to be followed.
I think the issue is once the word stalking is involved, then
It's now a negative.
It's now a negative.
But watch this. When I turn on the socials,
Yeah.
I want to know if I've got a follower that I
Yes,
don't
exactly.
know.
So I think it's just
The concept's crazy.
The concept's crazy, but society is so
But
driven.
does this
by,
not? Go on, sorry.
Society is driven by, how much stalkers you've got.
Yeah. You see when you paint it like that, it's crazy. So
If
crazy.
you take away the word,
You know
'cause what is a follower? What are we following?
We're on how much positive stalkers you've got. Because the
So what,
word
positive,
stalking
negative, yeah?
has a negative connotation at all times.
But so does
the
that-
word follower, because even without social media, historically people have, who have impact or influence have followers. Like you follow in someone's legacy, you follow in someone's idea that you like, blah. So it's always been a concept historically, right? But now with this reality TV or in real life, I'm telling you, shout out to the current social media sensation that Ashton
Hall.
Ashton Hall, yeah, right. Is routine, and he's gone crazy viral, but everybody's following his routine structure.
I don't even think they're doing that. I
But-
think they're just, because that waking up 4 a.m. is crazy, because what time did you go to sleep? If everyone's at the club at 2 a.m. and you're waking up at 4 o'clock to wash your face with ice cold water, it's not happening.
But he's saying that's what I've done to get here.
That's what he's
That's what
essentially
he's
doing.
trying to imply. But let's just go like 20% of people actually like it for that and say, I need to change my routine if I want to be that version of myself, right? Now, if you look at what he's doing, you'll be like, following him is a good idea. I'm going to stalk the idea that he trains, he eats right, he does this, he blah, blah, blah. So it's positive.
You're right.
He doesn't know me.
You're right, but the big but is, he's still selling something. He's using those tools for the right purposes, because he's selling. There's still a service.
It's having a
at the
positive
end of it.
impact.
They have positive impact on his so-called followers. The scary part of it is you following someone who's very well disciplined in what they do, because this has been their upbringing. Before the social media, he was a football player.
Yeah.
So he's an athlete. So his whole disciplined way will be different from your
Discipline. I
Discipline
like
way.
what you said there, because there's two parts here. He's actually bringing, I think the reason he's gone fully
selling.
viral
He's
is,
selling.
but he's selling structure. Like we lack a lot of structure in society. So there's an angle, because his physique and everything is another thing he could be selling. But what's gone viral is a routine, right?
Yeah.
But in saying that, what if you talk about following people that are, like governed? A lot of people are following ungoverned individuals.
Exactly, and I think, and that's where it's
Right, well, engineer.
That's where the
wait,
story
can we-
comes into it.
Sorry, can we?
No,
we
can
can't
you-
skirt
can you
over
repeat
that.
that.
Yeah, we can't skirt
I think
over
we-
that. I
this
need
is
to
segue
understand
over
what
it.
that means.
But because you said that a lot of people following govern, and I get that because it's a safe space for aspiration, for blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people are following, or AKA stalking, ungoverned
Yes.
individuals.
Ungoverned is mad though.
Yeah.
I need to understand the
That means
ungoverned
it
part.
hasn't been regulated.
There's
back.
chaos.
Everyone's moving
But they're
left,
following and
off centre.
stalking chaos.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like I'm reading like online at the moment. Yeah, I don't know if you can see where I've highlighted it. What counts as social media stalking?
Go for it. Oh, so,
So-
it's a
there's
thing.
actual-
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So
Shout out to the engineer.
Come on,
Fact
man.
finding.
So if you're just following me and I'm following you, it's just because I'm a fan of what you do. You might be a fan of what I do. You might want to get to know more about whatever it is that I'm involved in, and so on and so forth. However, once you start going down the road of sending unwanted stuff, like nobody asked you to love heart my story or or tell me that. Do you get what I'm saying? Once you start going down that road, then all of a sudden it is a bit stalkerish.
But that happens every day.
But I was going to
Yeah,
say,
but this is why I'm
because
trying to bring
the
it into context.
The language, this whole social media language, is everything that a stalker is, isn't it? Because don't forget to like my my.
There's a call to action.
Like, comment, and
pictures.
subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Share. So you're commenting on my. You're
But
commenting. on
unwanted
stuff,
messages,
but
though,
it's
like when
all
you're going the
unwanted.
extra, it's like, all right, watch it. It's more like this, yeah. In real life, again.
If I walk past, you can't just say well done.
But watch this.
You can't.
I might say well done,
if,
yeah.
If I walk past and you blow a kiss,
Then you're not going to accept it, are you?
now if you
depends.
post something and I put a love heart on it,
Yeah.
what's up?
You know the worst part is
That's
we
not bad.
are driven by the likes. So
But I
there's-
think it's the
you have
DM part of
differentiate
it. Yeah.
likes, comments, views.
Yeah.
We don't mind being viewed because you're on there for your 50 minutes of fame. You're building a brand. So viewership, you actually welcome it.
Yeah.
Someone liking your post, you also welcome it because it shows your algorithm.
your growth.
But someone commenting something you don't want to hear.
That's trolling.
But how do you?
That becomes a
how do
problem.
you-
Trolling.
how
But I
do you
think
police-
the sliding into the DMs unwarranted
I think
is the
sliding
stalking
on
part.
into the DMs, but it's all. As soon as we have a language for it, it's because we accept it. Because who is sliding into your DM?
How do you
is it-
slide into what's this?
This is what
This
you don't
guy's
say.
the best.
Oh,
Say
no,
that again.
listen. If man says slide.
If Danson Idris is sliding to your DM.
Into whose? Ours.
No, into
Okay,
we're
this
just
is
talking
mine.
about- we're just talking about that
This
that
is-
social media situation.
Yeah.
It depends who's.
as
I
a
see what
lady,
you mean.
Yeah. So if Danson Idris
Yeah.
is sliding into your DM, or Robert McMahon on the roadside is sliding into your
Who's
DM.
Robert McMahon again?
Exactly.
So I'm
It's just a
random,
made-up-
random.
just a
But
made-up
this is
name.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is what's acceptable.
But what's
Who
acceptable
decides what's
is
acceptable?
Who decides? So you
The
can't say.
recipient.
So then the recipient is governing what they receive and what they don't receive.
They should, and I think that's fair though.
100%, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that it's stalking until you accept me as a non-stalker. Is what you're saying?
Let me check. Let me.
Is
I
that
like
what it
that. I
is?
like this, but let me paint
so
the picture.
Who's policing it? Who's
Let me paint the
accepting
picture.
What's what?
What if you see your online so-called stalker or follower
In real
a
life.
real life?
In the
And this is where it becomes.
And then you say,
and this
"Hello."
is where it is stalkish because it's a sense of you see someone who you've been following for 2 years. You feel as a stalker, or sorry,
As a follower.
you know that individual.
So guess what then? Whose fault is it really then? Is it
I've got an answer. for that.
okay?
I think everything we follow, I like the word governed. When it's governed, it makes sense because there's, apart from the due diligence around it, apart from, call it the safe space around it, apart from the branding around it. So let's look at what the celebrity or certain
what's the
industry
end
do.
goal?
Because guess what they do when you see your follower in a real life? It's branded and it's called meet and greet.
Yes, exactly.
It's governed.
Structured.
It's structured.
And you don't feel as much as you feel like you know that individual. There is still that boundary.
Yes.
where you still understand that that's so and so.
Okay.
Whereas the everyday person,
Robert McManaman.
Robert
But
McMahon,
Manaman is the footballer.
you're straight in their life. Like you, feel,
You wouldn't meet and
you
greet
feel
Rob.
like- yeah, you
No, you wouldn't.
Nah, I won't.
You just
I
go
won't.
straight into it.
Yeah.
And that's why when you said about the Ashton,
Ashton Hall.
that guy, it's packaged in a sense where there is a service.
Yeah.
There's something for sale. And this has always been my issue with social media in a sense where, what are you selling? What are you on there for? Why am I following you? Like, if we're friends in real life, why do I need to follow you? I'm with you.
Because I'm now addicted, and that's the royal we, to see what you're
those
up to
numbers,
all the time.
those numbers.
I want to know what you're doing.
I don't even know what I'm doing yet,
Yeah.
what I'm packaging yet, what my brand is yet, before I'm accepting all these followers.
So again,
I'm just hoping to be to go viral on something, yeah, from my post
know what?
or comment.
It's so weird we're using the word followers, stalkers, because on another spectrum, it's currency.
that's what I was gonna say, and it's important currency as well.
But then, what are you selling? What's your service, bro?
Because I don't even need you to follow. I can buy Rob.
Yeah.
I can buy follow. I can buy the stalker because it's
I can buy the
currency.
stalkers, okay.
Because the more you have, the more.
Trade and barter buys.
But
Okay.
what are you selling?
But I
What
gotta
is
back
your
to what you're
service?
selling. Yeah.
What are you?
Everyone's
offering
selling
to-
something now.
What are you selling?
Do you believe that? Do you think everyone's selling something?
I don't. I
Even-
believe that because everybody's selling a dream
Unintentionally as well.
intentionally in the sense of I'm selling where I want to be, and and you're coming along with me.
What,
fake it
smoke
till
and
you make
mirrors?
it
So you're going
situation.
back to the governed lot.
You fake it till you
Let's
make
talk
it
about the
situation.
ungoverned society, because there's a lot of that.
I want to know what that looks like.
No,
like
because
that
people are
society.
selling chaos. People are selling deep fakes, things that are not real. The dreams are nightmares.
Bro, man,
They're
they're
selling nightmares
packaged
as
as
dreams.
dreams.
Do you know
Okay.
what I
They're
mean?
selling nightmares as dreams. Yeah.
And everybody or most people are following because it looks or feels, or they say you can resonate with a story and blah blah.
Yeah.
But we always say on the weekly wrap up, what's the progressive growth? What's the best way not to be caught up in that? Because everybody's selling something.
Yeah.
So who should I be vetting my followers now?
Nah, do you know what the problem is? I don't. Go,
I like that.
go on. Are you going to say? That's very true.
Can I?
Yeah,
Go
go,
for
go,
it.
go,
I
go.
swear.
Yeah. No, I don't know about
That's
that.
what I was asking. All I was going to say, that SHIT right there
Yeah.
makes sense. Like, should I be governing my followers? Should I be actually, should there be a protocol where you're looking at, okay, this person can follow me, this person can't follow me? Because
I agree,
That's
bro.
where it gets very technical. In
I
the sense
agree.
where we've lost the art of conversation. And that's where it all stems from, in the sense where, trust me, no one can tell you what can build your ego and what can't. Like, no one's here to police that. The issue is that the art of stalking has been accepted.
Yeah, it's crept in.
It's been accepted. It's
Yeah.
now the norm, because
crept in nicely.
you see people that you follow and you feel like you know them.
So it's
Prior
all
to
the barriers to entry
It's
is
all
gone.
broken, because
Wow.
it's like before we saw these idols on television, right? We saw the sports stars, we saw the musicians, we saw them on. Those were the people that you followed. Those are the people you aspired to be, or whatever. Now you aspire to be Mark next door, because Mark's on holiday in Tenerife or he's in Dubai, and he's worked for the whole 3 months, stacked up his money, and then gone to live some lifestyle that is not real.
That you can't
just
afford.
to come back and re-up again.
You know what? You know
That
what I
can't
like
afford
about this? So if you know, you know.
On a Kalana situation, is it Kalana?
I like that, Kalana, yeah.
Segue
I
into-
like that.
Yeah.
That
If
segue
you know,
there.
you know. You've done
If
this
you know,
before, you know.
It's not his first rodeo.
It's not at all.
It's not my first
But
rodeo, no.
just to give people a wrap up on that, I like the way you're gonna clean your house. You should do quite regularly, especially you don't want to be a hoarder.
spring clean.
The spring clean, so it's not every day, but once in a while
a
you need to
deep
go
clean.
into that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's people probably on your follower, whatever timeline that ain't been active for years, but they're watching you.
But they're watching you on that. Sorry to cut you on that. Like it says there, that it gives you. Does it generally give you that main character energy? Do you need that main character energy to feel like you need more followers? Because if you're not selling something, if there is not a business behind it, if there is no substance behind it,
you
then
know what,
What exactly
You
are
know
we
what?
doing?
But you're right. Some people are selling stuff without even saying anything. Some people just watch people being mute on their socials because there's this new thing. It's satisfying. So people are tapping into different types of call it spaces, and where their mind is. I don't even need you to do too much. You just being silent over there. You're just getting followers for being silent over there.
It's mad, you know.
But at least you're still selling something. You're selling silence. Yeah. But vetting and going through, because I'm thinking about, when last did you do a deep clean on your socials? We don't even.
I don't have socials.
Whoa.
I don't have socials. This is nothing to clean.
You don't have socials?
No.
If
zero.
you know, you know.
I have WhatsApp, and that's it. Because
How do you survive?
The way we always survived.
But how?
I
If
build
you
a
come
campfire.
from the future or the past,
Firewood.
Firewood. Yeah. The same way we've always survived. In the sense
You know
where
what?
I still appreciate the fact
Analog.
that I know you, you know me. Conversations. If I need any new people in my life, I can meet people and.
so you're not on the no new friends you can meet.
I am actually on the no new friends unless there is something that you're going to add to my life in a sense of
Value.
It's friendship.
Yeah. But you know the reason I asked that?
or if it's business.
The reason I
if
asked
it's not
that-
then what are we doing? I understand if any businesses will be out there on the socials.
Yeah.
But as an individual, I'm not trying to sell myself, so therefore I don't need a social.
But that's the right attitude.
But the reason I asked that is
It doesn't make it right or wrong though.
not many
Like, if
people
you do-
believe that you can function, and that goes back to the dopamine that we get out of socials. You don't have socials where I say a vast majority, we can't just generalize and say everybody, but the vast majority have socials, and the one day Insta gets locked off or WhatsApp don't send messages, people don't know what to do with themselves.
I think what it is a lot of people grew up in this generation. I didn't, so I can proudly say.
Are you from the future?
I'm from the past.
Okay.
So
You see what I did there?
we've done this dance before.
Yeah. You like that?
So this is where it's very different, and you can't say that a generation that's brought up in the social world should be without. This is not what it's.
This is
about.
what they're used to. This is what they know.
Conversation is not
govern.
about you being away from. It's about you governing. What
that's
exactly are you saying? Do you know who you are before you're trying to sell yourself? Before you're trying to sell your business, your profile, your brand, who are you? What are you about?
I like this combo. It's very progressive because now we know, but I think doing the needful work, I like people that do social media fasts.
Yeah.
People that, they're just careful about, you see some people's pages, they're not, it's not open. And watch this, the other day, at the point we're filming this episode, Instagram released a notification to say, your post can now be seen on wider searches. Do you approve of it, yes or no? So it means before now, if you searched my name on socials, you'd probably see a LinkedIn or any kind of creative work I've done. You won't see anything to do with my Instagram post directly. That's changing. So anything you're putting on becomes available on a global World Wide Web search, innit? So
But what's the benefits of that?
But going back to if you're not selling, if it depends. So imagine me trying to get a job tomorrow or trying to go into some industry or whatever it is, a business idea. But I thought the stuff I was putting out is protected, it's closed or whatever.
And we've seen a lot of people get.
We're not even in charge of it. And what you mentioned about being governed, but also the idea of people are not having these conversations outside of socials.
No.
So you meet
Conversation about
the social conversations are only happening on social.
Yeah, there's a social language that if you met that person, they're not as funny.
The energy
They're not as witty.
Yeah.
They're not as sometimes intelligent as they come. We know AI has even come. Some people are responding with AI.
I was saying this before. I was saying this before.
I like that, but I think obviously just to bring it to the wrap about it being that whole main energy, that main character energy. It's then a case of what are you doing to continue that main energy character? It's a sense of what you said about it's giving Prada, but
It's
giving Prada, but what?
It's Klarna. It's
It's
more,
giving Prada, but
buying with Klarna.